Without a doubt, the fishery in Newfoundland has seen its shares of ups and downs over time. One could say the trawlers unleashed a new beginning for many folks in Trepassey. But this town was not exempt from its share of perils at sea. Seas are calm on this overcast August afternoon, but they are not always like this. Listen carefully as locals recall the capsizing of one of the infamous Trepassey trawlers, the Zion.
25 years ago. Lord during the trip with the water in the fuel. So we kept going anyway till we finished the trip. And just keep changing filters and all that, just to keep the water clear. Yeah. And then on the way in, the fuel oil separator gave out. But I knew they were in trouble because she started to go back gradually all the time.
And in trouble they were. It wasn't long before news soon spread that the Zion had met her fate on the rocky shores on her way into Trepassey Harbour.
But there was a lot of wind. And what happened, the engine gave out in the trawler, and then she drifted in on the rocks because the anchors wouldn't go down.
The town that morning, and Bernard was on her, Russell's brother, and we were in town buying a new car. When someone from head office and told us about it.
Adam Sutton, our nurse and Adam, he was skipper under that time. Okay. And I was living down in the Lower Force then. And Leo Hadlin was looking after trawlers that particular time. And I remember it was 7:30 in the morning, he called me. I was there to pick up some of the crew. Yeah, it was a bad one that morning.
So we used to go there, and then I heard the bang, and I would peg aft, and I heard a big rock right up through. The water pouring in, so I thought a second. I said, get up. I said, get your life jacket on. I said, oh, we're not going to escape this now because we're on the rocks right now. So we all got up in the wheelhouse then, and that's all we could do, you know, it wasn't daylight. And we sent out an SOS, I think, and he called the breacher boy with ropes, so that way you just get into something like a crate, you know, and the rope coming from the rock on the land to the wheelhouse. She was on her side like this then.
When people come out, we all went down and we read the bosun's chair and got the crew off her.
Each man had to get into that and hit the water first, so you go to your throat in water first, and then they pull you up on the rock. And
we brought them here at the house to come up here. We're all the same. I stayed down with the boys, and the crew they came ashore, came up here at the house. And, Sarah gave them some feed, give them whatever clothes we had. Oh, they had them out. But they were really lucky, you know, because if she had went ashore here, right on the point there, wouldn't say one man off her on the point there. But she went in down there, went in and she did a bit more. There's not so much reefs there, you know. Yeah. There were 14 on board. 14. Yeah, that was 1976. I'll never forget it. I don't want to say it again.
What time?
So we struck about 4 o'clock in the morning, I guess. About 8:30, everyone was ashore. Okay. Never lost one man. When they said one, well, before she'd break up, be very lucky they'd save us all, you know. So they did. Yeah. Very thankful for that, yeah.
There was indeed someone looking out for those men that day, who thankfully all survived. Unfortunately, not all mishaps at sea have a happy ending like that of the Zion. Lighthouse keepers like Tom Corrigan and Noel Myrick know this all too well. The Myricks have a long-standing history at what has been described as the most dreaded spot to mariners on the coast of North America, Cape Race. Recently, the family was featured in a book written by Robert Parsons, Stories from the Coast That Sank the Titanic.
First married came in 1872 or 77. I was the last one to leave it.
Yeah. And do you know how the Morricks first came, like, to work at the lighthouse itself, or?
Well, there's two different versions. Well, one version has it that the Morrick saved the priest's life during the ride, saved St. John's, and Cape Race was awarded to the Morricks. And another one, it was on account of the new fog alarm. You had to be a boiler maker on that, and Paddy Morrick had a trade of boiler making, and they asked him would he go up and run the station, so I don't know which is which.
Okay. What kinds of things were you responsible for while you were working out there?
Oh, a variety of things. The lighthouse, fog alarm, radio beacon, diesel generators, so all kinds of odds and ends.
Yeah. And were there ever any close calls while you were on watch?
A couple.
Yeah.
No loss of life.
Yeah.
Not what I was on, but
Yeah.
before my generation, there was lots.
And if you lived along the coast of the graveyard of the Atlantic, you probably were familiar with a tale or two of a shipwreck. Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, was once shipwrecked off Cape Race, but perhaps the most remembered by locals is that of the beer wreck off Portugal Cove South.
I do remember being home in the summertime and seeing people go to their haylofts to get the beer. But anyway, there was this beer wreck, Black Horse beer. And people came from everywhere in boats and dories and carts and everything, and they carted away all this beer. And people in Long Beach hid it in their haylofts, under the hay, so that the wreck agent from Trepassey wouldn't come and take it on them. And they had beer for months and months and months. I remember being home in Long Beach on my summer holidays, and there had been this shipwreck. I don't know the name of the boat, and I don't know if I ever did. But anyway, the ship contained a whole load of plywood. And my sister Magdalene, who is deceased now, Lord have mercy on her, I saw her out in the ocean, almost to her neck in water, gathering these sheets of plywood. And in our house in Long Beach, there was this wide corridor, we'll call it, or space anyway, between the stairs and the parlour wall. It was in there that my mother used to keep the spinning wheel. But anyway, she had these sheets of plywood that she pulled in out of the ocean, all stacked up there in that space. And she was as strong as a bull and determined and adamant as all get out. But anyway, the shipwreck agent in Trepassey came to Long Beach and wanted to claim the plywood. And I told her, she said, over my dead body. And she never gave it to him anyway.
Robert Parsons points out in his book that officials of the time condemned some of the locals for salvaging what they could from boats that went aground. However, many locals in their own right are credited with plucking many a sinking man from the cold Atlantic waters, many times risking their own lives to do so.
I know that my grandfather, Skipper Tom O'Neill, pulled many's a poor soul from shipwrecks, up over cliffs, and during that time he got a medal from the British government for doing this. I forget the name of the boat, I think it was the Magellan or something like that, but anyway it was a British ship, and he got a medal from the British government for doing it.